El manager, Adán, era pasivo. Here, Adam, eat. Okay. Passive. Era pasivo. Ten, Adán, come. O a lo mejor le digo, trágatelo. ¿No? Okay. Pasivo. Pasivo. Right? A mí no me cae mal. Pero una persona pasiva me desespera. A person that's real passive is just like, man, I'll just love you from a distance. You know? I can't. This brought, what did this bring? Disobedience. Yes? Is everybody with me?
Amen.
Pasivo, porque Adán era pasivo. Ok, mi amor. ¿Verdad? Ok. Si no te lo comes, Adán, ya sabes. Ya sabes. You know. You know, right? In the doghouse. Right? So he's like, okay, right? He didn't think about it and say, man, God left me as the man. I have dominion over the cattle. I have dominion over the sea. I'm the big man right here. You shouldn't have that kind of attitude, man. Right? I'm trying to live right here. So don't have that macho attitude, but think and say, God has left me responsible of this business. Dios me ha dejado a mí encargado de estos negocios. But he was passive. When you're a passive manager, do your employees walk all over you? Cuando eres un manager pasivo, las personas hacen contigo lo que quieren. Llegan tarde, hacen esto, hacen lo otro. This brought disobedience, right? Desobediencia. God is good.
All the time.
All the time?
God is good.
Man, everybody's awake. Okay. So, because he was passive, porque era pasivo, desobedeció a Dios. He disobeyed God. He put his wife before God. That's the biggest mistake that you can make. Because now she becomes your God. She said, no, Lord, I gotta, you told me to, agree with her. You told me to always agree with her. No, God didn't call the men to always agree with the wife. Dios no dijo, siempre quiero que estés de acuerdo con tu esposa. No. There's things where I got to put my foot down as a man and say, honey, this isn't convenient for us.
Right.
This is not going to edify us. This is not going to prosper us. This is not going to please God. Right? And that should have been his ultimate goal, was to please his father before pleasing her. That's hard, ain't it? That's hard. But of course, I'm sure Adam had a lot of excuses. And we're going to see that later on. The woman that you gave me, right? The blame game. He didn't only blame Eve. He said, the woman that you, Dad, right? How many of us remember when you were a kid? You did this, Dad. Why are you telling me if you did it yesterday, right? Why? And always, right? So Adam's like, the woman that you gave me. Adán culpó a Dios y culpó a Eva. Dijo, la mujer que tú me diste, irresponsabilidad, muy pasivo Adán, dame de la manzana, está bien. Puso a Eva antes que a Dios. Ese es el error más grande que podemos hacer como esposos. Poner a nuestra esposa antes que a Dios. Poner a tu esposa antes del trabajo, sí. Poner a tu esposa antes de tus hijos, sí. Poner a tu esposa antes de cualquier otra persona, sí. Pero poner a tu esposa antes de Dios es un error muy grande. To put a woman before God is the biggest mistake. To put a woman before another person, your children or your job or whatever the case, that's fine. But when you put your wife before God, everything's going to go southward. Everything's going to go down the drain, right? And because of his disobedience, y por su desobediencia, he wasn't able to administer his father's business correctly. Y por su desobediencia no pudo administrar los negocios de su padre correctamente. Administer. Y'all got it, right? Yeah. No podía administrar. Was he a good general manager or a bad general manager? He was a good general manager? Who said that? A bad general manager. Who said that? Era un manager. No supo administrar. He could not administer his father's business. He let everything go down the drain. Adam. I'm going to start preaching. Hold on. You got to explain this. Y'all are with me? Is everybody with me?
Amen.
Okay. And because of it, it ruined. What did it ruin? Did it just kill them? Did they die? Did they fall over and die? No. They lived longer. But they were spiritually dead, right? So, disobedience ruined their what? That's right. Porque desobedeció, ¿qué? Arruinó la relación con Dios. So it affected his worship, right?
Amen.
When you disobey, you affect your relationship with God, so it's hard for you to worship. You don't feel worthy anymore, right? Cuando desobedeces al Señor, cuando no sabes administrar sus negocios, afecta tu relación con Dios. So cuando vienes a la iglesia a adorar, o cuando en tu casa estás adorando, no sabes cómo. You don't know how to approach the throne of grace. No sabes cómo acercarte al trono de gracia, because it seems like you're estranged from it, right? Because like Adam, when he sinned, what did he go do? Right? He went to hide. That's our first instinct, to hide. Let me hide from everybody. ¿Qué es la primera cosa que hizo Adán? Se escondió por el pecado, right? This man was supposed to take care of his wife. He was supposed to tell his wife, no, honey, we're not going to eat from that fruit. Didn't you hear God? Didn't you hear our Father not to touch that tree? ¿No escuchaste a nuestro Padre? Es lo que le hubiera dicho Adán a Eva. Vamos a sentarnos. Yo sé que se ve bien, Eva, pero no nos va a edificar eso. That's not going to edify us. That's going to break our covenant with God. That's going to break our relationship. That's going to affect our worship. We don't need that for our household. Look at all the blessings that we have. Why do you want to ruin this, Eve? Es lo que le hubiera dicho a Adán. Eva, piénsalo. Esta frutita nos va a afectar. ¿Cuántas veces una cosa pequeña nos ha afectado grandemente? How many times has something real minute, something real small affected something really big? One little argument with your wife can cause a divorce. Amen? So, let's sit down, let's reason. Vamos a sentarnos, vamos a hablar. ¿Nos edifica? Does this edify me? Does it? The reason why Eve fell into that with the serpent is because Adam wasn't around. I might get on my wife's nerves a whole lot, and I really do. But I want to be with her at all times, right? Why? I don't want to be, what do you call that? When you're always clingy, right? I don't want to be clingy, but I want to know everything that concerns her. I want to know that she's safe. I want to know that she's okay. Yo quiero saber todo lo de mi esposa. Yo quiero saber si está bien. Y a veces le caigo mal, ¿verdad? Pero Dios le ha dado mucha paciencia conmigo. Pero yo quiero saber todo lo que le está pasando a ella. Si ella va a la tienda, yo quiero estar con ella. Si ella va para allá, y no por estar con ella para estar vigilándola, pero porque yo quiero saber que está bien. Que lo que esté pasando, yo quiero pasar por eso con ella. I want to get through this together. Let's get through this together. Vamos a pasar por esta prueba juntos. That's what Adam should have told Eve. Eve, go put that fruit back, do something with it, and let's go talk to God. Let's go talk to God. That's the problem with today's marriages. That's the problem with today's fathers, with today's men, is instead of getting our families going to pray, we fall into the enemy's trap. We have to get our families and say, let us go talk to God, instead of falling into that trap. Let us go see what God has to say about this. That's the problem with many marriages today. Ese es el problema con muchos matrimonios hoy en día. Es que el padre, nosotros como hombres, no estamos agarrando a nuestra mujer y a nuestra familia y diciéndole, vamos a hincarnos a hablar con Dios. Por eso el enemigo está haciendo lo que quiere con nuestras casas. That's why the enemy is doing whatever he wants to in our homes. That's why the enemy is doing whatever he wants to in our communities. Por eso el enemigo está haciendo lo que él quiera en nuestras comunidades, porque nosotros no estamos tomando nuestro lugar como el padre, como el hombre de la casa.
Yes.
Us as men, we have to take a stand. Amen? We have to take a stand as a man of the house, as a father of our family. Ruin his relationship, his worship. What else did it ruin?
Amen.
Relationship with his spouse. ¿Qué más arruinó? La relación con Eva. Ruined his marriage. Arruinó su matrimonio. La desobediencia, because he was passive, because he was disobedient, because he didn't know how to administer God's business, porque no supo administrar los negocios de su padre. ¿Qué? Arruinó su adoración, arruinó su ¿qué? Su matrimonio. And look at this. It ruined his relationship with creation. God said, cursed be the ground that you walk on. Woo! Cursed be your finances, buddy, because you didn't administer my business right. You're still my son. I still created you, but you didn't know how to administer my business. Cursed be the ground that you walk on. You didn't obey my instructions, right? Amen? Dijo, también la relación de Adán con la creación se fue a los suelos. Eso quiere decir que sus finanzas estaban arruinadas. Porque me desobedeciste, Adán, tus finanzas van a ser maldecidas. Porque no me obedeciste. Esto. How many of us today, a rhetorical question here, are going through this?
Amen. Amen.
¿Cuántos de nosotros estamos pasando por esto? We could take this example and go that way. Let's go that way. Let's not know how to administer God's business. Let's go that route, right? No. I'm going to show you the route to take, right? Go with me to John 6:38. Juan 6:38. Ya vimos el ejemplo de Adán, ¿verdad? John 6:38, Juan 6:38.